Good afternoon. Oh, sorry about that. You guys awake? Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Viva Fresh 2017. As you're aware, the lunch ran a little late, so we're going to leave this last door open just that way as the audience continues to trickle in, we can make sure everyone is able to attend that wants to attend. So today, I want to recognize a few sponsors before we start. The audio and visual equipment is sponsored by Sicar Farms and Philip Garcia, U.S. Customs Brokers. If we could have a round of applause for them and the thanks for this. Now, this is going to be contrary to the previous virtual field tours. If you ever attend them, I have a favor. If you would take your cell phones and put them on silent or vibrate or whatever sound-free alert system you have, that'd be awesome. We just want to make sure that we give these gentlemen and the exhibitor or the presenters our full attention, ring and cell phone free. So, I do have a small legal statement I have to throw in there. Please note that the Texas International Produce Association represents the interests of all attending, and there will be no sharing or discussion of market collaboration or pricing for any products or commodities at these educational sessions. Okay. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's start with the fun stuff. So you guys are probably sitting there going, what the heck is a virtual field tour? When we first started planning Viva Fresh 3 years ago, we wanted to make sure that we brought the dirt to the audience, and that's to say the experience, right? We wanted the attendees to be able to get a taste of the farm and a feel and an understanding of really what went into making the beautiful produce that ends up on grocery shelves and your plates or restaurants and even in your home, right? And we wanted to be able to do this so that way you, the audience, could be comfortable sitting in these nice chairs in an air-conditioned room instead of outside in the Texas humidity that we have all grown to love and adjust to, So what we did is we created virtual field tours, and we used existing technology to bring you, the attendees, from the comforts of your chair here in Austin, what the farms are like in South Texas, in Mexico, in Canada, in Ohio and Virginia in this instance as well. And so every year what we've done is we've adjusted the format of these virtual field tours, right? And we've continued to elaborate and focus on different aspects. This year, we're going to do something different. We're going to use pre-recorded videos to bring you that experience. And what we want to do is we felt that this gave us an opportunity to focus on technical aspects, because using video clips or pre-recorded, we can jump from different aspects of the operation and the facility and the company and really kind of give you an all-encompassing view of what it is that they do. And so today, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Red Sun Farms. With me today are Terry LaGrosse. He's the Managing Director of Grower Operations and Chief Technical Officer. Behind me is Mr. Carlos Visconti. He's the COO, responsible for all commercial operations in U.S. and Canada. Together, these two gentlemen are responsible for the entire North American operation of Red Sun Farms. They're going to give us a glimpse into not only their operation, but into high-tech, controlled environment farming. Now, a lot of you are probably like, what the heck does that mean? Well, I'm sure many of you may have heard of greenhouses. That's exactly what this is. But it's everything that goes into the greenhouse, and not just the facility itself, but the seeds, the plants, the selection, the varieties, every little piece that makes it up, they're going to present to us and tell us what it's all about. And so, without further ado, I'll turn it over to them, and we're going to kick it off with an introduction video. Let's begin.
The monarch butterfly is spectacular, not merely for its undeniable beauty, but for its commitment in knowing what it'll become, and for its scale in making all of North America its home. At Red Sun, we believe it's no coincidence that the monarch butterfly begins and ends its journey in our farm regions. You see, our commitment to quality, flavor, and speed, and our scale, 3 countries and thousands of miles, reflects not only the life of the monarch, but also our beliefs. At Red Sun, we believe produce should arrive to the plate fast, fresh, and flavorful. We believe the company that grows produce should be responsible for every tomato, cucumber, pepper, and eggplant, from seed to plate. And it's for those reasons we've designed a multinational, vertically integrated system that ensures rapid access to market, with quality and flavor control measures throughout. We've closed the gap between grower, retailer, and consumer. We're committed to continuous improvement because we know that opportunity can be found in every detail. So let's have a look inside Red Sun Farms and see how we've become a leader in the North American greenhouse industry. Amazing flavor begins long before picking the perfect vegetable. At Red Sun, we research the flavor and growth profile of every seed we propagate to ensure that only the very best are brought to market. Our propagation system is both vast and cutting edge. And by taking control at the very beginning, we ensure quality control throughout. Growing the perfect product in a controlled environment is both a science and an art, and we take pride in both. Our greenhouses in Mexico, Virginia, and in Canada are not merely grow houses, but rather state-of-the-art production facilities led by teams of passionate growers with years of experience. These dedicated teams manage the delicate balance between light, temperature, and other variables to ensure every plant is healthy and productive all year round. In our controlled environment, science and nature work hand in hand to produce dozens of varieties of tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and eggplants. All non-GMO and all traceable. Like all of our products, our organics are always within our caring grasp. From seed selection to delivery, traceability and safety is paramount at Red Sun. There's a crucial window of time between the moment a product is picked and when it's placed on a grocer's shelf. At Red Sun, we know that period needs to be brief and safely managed. It starts with our cutting-edge packaging process, which ensures traceability and is our opportunity to showcase Red Sun varieties, including our Artisan series and our organic line. From that moment on, our logistic team focuses on ensuring our products take the most direct path between our facilities and the grocer's shelves. But the story of Red Sun doesn't stop at the grocery store. Our journey continues into restaurants and kitchen tables across North America. It weaves into the healthy lifestyles of families from all walks of life and circles back to the communities where we all live, which is why we continue to live up to our responsibility as a community partner, distributing and donating greenhouse produce to the less fortunate and actively supporting organizations that lobby for a healthier North America by way of education and food safety. So the next time you see a majestic monarch butterfly, let it be a reminder of the commitment the artisans here at Red Sun hold towards growing the most flavorful produce and our commitment to grow and deliver throughout North America.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Red Sun Farms, we would like to thank Viva for inviting us to this great event and to be able to share with you today who we are as a company, what we have done, why we are unique, but more important, what is behind a high-tech greenhouse operation. Before I start, I would like to explain how we're going to take you through this presentation. The presentation has been designed in two parts. One part will talk about the technical side of our operation. The second part talks about the commercial operation. For the technical side, my colleague Thierry Legros will take us through every step of the process. But let me tell you who we are, right? So, Cousin, can you? Yeah. On the left here, you see our vertical integrated concept, okay? And you see all the steps of our unique process. The first three steps are the technical side that Thierry will take us through, and I will conclude with the commercial side of it. Let's find out who Red Sun Farms is. Red Sun is one of the largest high-tech greenhouse operations in North America. We own and control over 600 acres of high-tech greenhouses in Mexico, US, and Canada. We have a unique vertical integrated concept where we have fully controlled all the way from seed selection, propagation, all the way to product delivery. Just a quick remark here. In 2016, our company produced more than 209 million pounds of fresh vegetables to support the demand of our customers. Where are we located? Well, starting with our growing operations in Mexico, we are basically in two states, in the state of Guanajuato, Mexico, and the state of Michoacán. We have around 380 acres in production, everything high-tech, and strategically, we have decided to put these three farms apart or away from each other to minimize or to avoid any disease, potential disease. Roughly, these three operations are 600 miles away from our biggest distribution center located in Far Texas. In Far Texas is where we also have our sales office for all the tomatoes that we sell into the US and in Canada. We also have our biggest distribution center. We have 66,000 square feet of cold storage, and we ship direct from there to our customers. In 2014, we opened our first US greenhouse operation in the US, located in Dublin, Virginia, 55 miles south of Roanoke. We have 18 acres of greenhouses there where we're producing currently TOV tomatoes, cherries, and cocktail tomatoes. Our latest expansion in the US took place in Ohio, in the state of Ohio, in a small town called Wapakoneta, Ohio, 2.5 hours south of Detroit, Michigan. We also own a distribution center in Taylor, Michigan, which is very close to Detroit. This distribution center, we use it to cross-dock product from Canada and the US. Our headquarters, sales and marketing operations, is located in Kingsville, Ontario. And we also have another distribution center located in Montreal to support some of the customers from that region. So, as I said before, we're going to start with the technical side of the presentation, and Thierry now will take on and will take us through the first step, which is seed selection and propagation.
Good afternoon. Now I will lead you through some aspects of greenhouse production. So the first step in our process is so we will start with a small video about production. So before we start with the production of the plant as such, as was shown in the video, the process starts with variety evaluation. Every year we evaluate hundreds of new varieties just to make sure we have the right taste, the right appearance, the right flavor, the right texture, and also yields. And that's what gives we want to make sure we have the product that will really fit the needs of our customers. Then we go to the production in the nursery, as was shown in the video. And there we germinate, we might graft the plant, and that we use grafting to improve really the vigor and the disease resistance of the plant. We don't always do it. It depends on the package of the varieties, but it's very hard to put the full package of vigor, flavor, texture, all that package in one genetic baggage. So what we often do is take a rootstock that has high vigor and disease resistance, and we mix it with a variety that has all the package of flavor, texture, yield, and that gives a new plant. That's the concept of grafting, really to improve, to have the perfect or the most as perfect plant. Then, once we have done the germination process, the grafting process, we give the final growth conditions so that the plant is ready to be transferred to the greenhouses. Now we will go to the fundamentals of the growing operation with a small video on some improvement that have been done in the past years on greenhouse operations.
Since 1990, the interior volume of greenhouses has increased by over 40%. Yet in spite of this, the energy costs associated with heating have decreased. How is it possible that with a greater volume, we can actually use less energy? The average height of greenhouses has increased from 5.4 meters in 1990 to 8.2 meters today. In a greenhouse, the job of the heating system is to make up for the energy losses caused by the contact between cold air outside and warmer air inside the structure. So what is of critical importance is the exchange area surface, i.e. the surface area of the walls and roof. As an example, let's take a 5 hectares greenhouse with 4 meter high walls. Its exchange area surface is 60,000 square meters. If we increase the height of the walls by 2.5 meters, this corresponds to a 44% increase in greenhouse volume, but to a mere 4% increase in the exchange surface area. In tomato production, for example, 40% of heating costs go toward dehumidifying the air in order to avoid condensation on the leaves and also to activate the plant's metabolism. The traditional way of doing this is to get rid of the moist air by opening the vents and letting in cold, dry air from outside. In a low greenhouse, this technique creates a risk of a cold shower that will stress the plant heads. To avoid this, we increase the temperature of the pipe rails. However, this situation still generates stress for the plant by creating an overheated lower layer of air while the plant heads remain cold. It also results in uncontrolled heating expenditure. Now, in a higher greenhouse, the additional volume of air will act as a damper and cold air diffuser. This way, the head of the plant is less vulnerable to the thermal shock of cold air. Climate control using heating tubes can thus be done with lower temperature set points. And this will of course help to reduce energy costs. In the end, dehumidification will be a gentler and better controlled process.
So those are some improvements that have been done in the past years on the greenhouse structures. So what is a high-tech greenhouse? Basically, that's an enclosed structure that is covered by glass or by plastic with automated environmental controls for heating, cooling, humidity control. And the key parameters in the design of the high-tech greenhouses include ventilation, or the vent system, the heating, usually hot water, it could be hot air also, the air recirculation, and carbon dioxide. All those elements are used then to give to the plant the perfect conditions to grow the product. So in the growing operation, after the greenhouse fundamentals, we'll go to the production side. So what is the intention of why do we use high-tech greenhouses? Actually, our main work as growers, it's to give to the plant the perfect condition, but also we have to give the conditions that will balance the plant. What do I mean by balancing the plant? Is to make sure the plant invest the right amount of energy into the vegetative growth and the generative growth. Why? Because that's the way, if the plant is in balance, that means it gives about, in tomatoes, it's about 80% of the energy is focused on the fruit and 20% on the vegetation. If it does that, if we are able to do that, we will get the quality we need and also the production, the productivity. If the plant is going on too vegetative, that means it really invests too much on the fruit, on the vegetation. The fruit will be of poor quality and poor shelf life, and also the production will be altered. And if the plant, on the opposite, invest all its energy on the fruit, yeah, we will have a good production for a short term, but then the plant will collapse. You won't have enough vegetation to keep the system going. So how do we how do we do that? The first thing, with high-tech greenhouses, you can have climate control, which is an element that you don't have in low-tech or in the field production, where you depend on the climate that happens that day. So we control the climate. How do we do that? We have a heating system, we have ventilation system, we can improve the humidity, and also we have an automated process. So we have, in the past 30 years, the computers and the programs have been developed so that you give hour by hour the right conditions to the plant to reach that balance. You also use an irrigation and fertilization system that is also fully automated, that will really be used depending on the light level, on the transpiration of the plant, and you have a number of tools that will allow you to give the right amount of time at the right time to the plant. Also, the plant care is very important. You have to control the canopy, which is the foliage of the plant, that will have an impact on the balance. And also you control, the first step of having a high quality is to select the fruits directly on the plants. On the list, but last but not least, is the pest control. This is on pest control. Actually, once you control your climate, you have done a great part of the job in terms of disease control, especially the control of the humidity, which is the part that brings all the fungi and bacteria. That's a long part. And then we use, for the pest control, really our main approach is the biological approach, which is the use of insects that control other insects. And that's under greenhouse conditions, as it is an enclosed environment, it's much more easy than outside, under outside conditions. So once you have produced the food, now you have to pack it and package it to deliver it to the clients. And Carlos will talk about that.
Thank you, Terry. So once the product has been harvested, better? It's sent to our packing houses, right? So let me share to show you a small video clip. So basically, all our equipment used in our packing houses is designed considering ergonomics for our workers, but also are designed to avoid any damage to our product. This concept of this philosophy is taken in our equipment in Mexico, US, and in Canada. In terms of packaging, in specific, we're quite flexible. Of course, our commercial brand is Red Sun, but we also understand the needs of our customers, and sometimes they need private labeling, so we have both options. In terms of concepts, we pack in RPC, we pack in carton, we have different clamshell options, top seals, floor wraps, and we try to keep innovating always new concepts. Our next step in our vertical integrated concept is distribution. So there is another video clip here. about distribution. So food safety. Food safety is priority for us, starting in our farms, but also in our DCs. We always bring the best practices of food safety into our operation. All our DCs and farms are certified under Primus GFS, and we continue updating all these certifications and exploring new ones that are required from our customers. PTI, we're fully traceable. I mean, all our product, we're able to track it all the way from our farms to their delivery. We even have 3 times a year mock recalls or simulations internally to test our system to make sure that our traceability system is robust enough. FIFO is part of our business, daily business, to assure freshness of our product in all DCs. And we have a map that I will show you in the next slides, where we strategically locate all our distribution centers. We have 170,000 square feet of cold storage in all our distribution centers. Being Far Texas, our biggest one, with 66,000 square feet of cold storage, where we ship direct to most of our customers. But also, in each of our greenhouse locations, we have small distribution centers. We believe that being closer with product to our customers, we can serve better. We can assure fresher product, but also we can react faster to their urgencies and emergencies. The next step in our process is, of course, the sales and marketing operation, as well as the customer service piece. These are our offices in Canada. This is Mexico. We're close to 3,200 employees in the group, serving our customers all the way from Mexico, US, and in Canada. How we communicate to our customer? Well, we use, of course, EDI, but also we have an internal system in-house that accepts customers who are not using EDI. We receive their orders so we can plan their deliveries. From the marketing point of view, we believe that marketing starts also from seed selection, as Thierry mentioned before. Why? Well, when you want to innovate, you have always to look for the best variety. 3 or 4 times a year, we travel around the world in search of these unique seeds, unique varieties. Same thing applies to packaging. We try to do a lot of benchmarking on what's up there, but also bring new concepts from other part of the world. We participate in a lot of the trade shows, the most important trade shows here in North America. Social media is an excellent tool for marketing, also to communicate not only to our B2B customers, but also to our B2C customers. The type of support that we offer from the marketing team to our customers goes all the way from design strategics on sampling the product in their stores, offering coupons, promotional support, just to mention some of them. For us, one of the things that is very important, in order to continue improving, is to get feedback from our customers. Some customers, they have scorecards where every 3 months, every 4 months, we get together with them and they share our performance with us. Some other customers don't have that system in place, but we have our own system in place where we give it to them so they can rate us. For us, it's very important to know where we are and what else we can improve. Also, the same thing applies for big data. Sometimes with customers, share with them data, we're able to take better decisions for them. We believe at Red Sun Farms that the full understanding of the B2B customers as well as the B2C customers is a must in order to exceed their expectations, in order to reach a real and true partnership. Next one, please. In sales, it is very important to make our customers understand our seasonal planning. And let me tell you, this plan is not unique for Red Sun Farms. This is very standard for any greenhouse operation located in Mexico, Canada, and US. If we explain the importance to our partners, to our customers, to consider this seasonal plan in their strategic sourcing decisions, it's a win-win. It's a win-win. Why? Because instead of selling what we have, we can involve them ahead of time in selling what they're asking for, which is a big difference. To give an example, we have customers, for example, who travel with us, to Europe in search of seeds and specific varieties. That's what we call through partnership. It is very important, more and more, to share this information with our customer and to make them, or to make this part of their sourcing strategy. Last but not least, I would like to share with you our latest achievements. For 8 consecutive years, we have been awarded with the Social Responsibility Award, and we continue working on new certifications such as SA 1000, Fair Trade, to continue being there in terms of the social responsibility. In 2014, we were named one of the top 5 tomato growers in the world. This is an award that is given by the Tomato Inspiration event in Germany, Berlin, Germany. For 5 consecutive years, we have been awarded also with the Canada's best managed companies. And also, 4 years in a row, the Canada most admired corporate cultures. In summary, yes, we believe we have a unique business model. When you own and control every step of the process, okay, you are unique, yes. But it's not enough to exceed customer expectations. That's why at Red Sun Farms, we put a lot of emphasis, time and resources to work and exceed 5 basic fundamentals that are part of our philosophy as a business operation. Quality. Quality, again, is part of our philosophy. Always deliver the best product you have. Flavor, innovate, get the best varieties. Consistency, be there. Be there when the customer demands a product. No surprises, be always there. That's why we are high-tech greenhouses. Service, whatever it takes, serve your customers. And of course, be competitive. We believe that working hard on these basic fundamentals, we will achieve and exceed our customer expectations. And this is what set Red Sun Farms apart in the industry. Thank you very much for your time, and I will turn to Dante so we can start with some questions and answers.
Thank you, Carlos. As you guys can see, we're handing out samples right now. And what you're getting is Red Sun's tomato and cucumber salad. So this salad is featuring their chef's collection, and that includes all of Red Sun's bite-sized varieties and seedless cucumbers. What you're looking for when you taste this sample is the crunch and that refreshing burst of flavor. But more importantly, imagine that same flavor every single day of every single month of every single year. Because that consistency in supply and flavor is exactly what greenhouse produce offers, right? So, as you guys are enjoying that sample, why don't I go among the audience. We got time for just a few questions, and then I'm going to turn it back over to Carlos to wrap it up. Do I have any question? I got one way in the back, so bear with me, guys. I'm going to just kind of be entertained as I stand around. Okay, here we go. Hang on just a minute. Okay. What's your name, sir? Alex. Go ahead, Alex.
What percentage of your business is organic versus conventional?
10% of our production is organic, and 90% is conventional.
And is the organic just, is it in any one of the countries, or is it in a little bit of Mexico, the U.S., and Canada? What's the distribution of it?
Most of it is in Mexico, and we have some in Canada right now.
Okay. Okay, going up to the front. What's your name, ma'am? Martha. What's your question?
Was there a specific strategy in the places that you have your greenhouses?
Actually, no, I did not.
She asked, was there a strategy in selecting the locations that you placed the greenhouses? Was there a reason for why you chose where you chose to have them?
Yes, for sure. The first aspect you look at is the climate. Because basically what you are doing in the greenhouse is to harvest sun, to harvest energy, and also you want to have the right temperatures, so you want to be as close as the perfect conditions for the plant. So that's what you first select. But then you have to consider also the marketing side, which is being close to the market. So those are the two poles.
Yeah.
And so you have to be somewhere in between or to choose one or the other, because it's not always the right situation.
As Thierry said, there are two big aspects. One is the technical side, right, which is the amount of sunny days, the climate, altitude, all that. That is his business, right? But from the marketing point of view, we also look where the market and where the customers are, okay? To give you an example, when we choose Virginia, okay, Thierry, we made a very detailed study. Thierry went through all the technical side and he said, you know what, this spot right here is, from the technical point of view, where it makes sense. But from the marketing point of view, we also make an assessment. And to give you an idea, from Virginia, where we're located, it's a small town called Dublin, Virginia. In a radius of 600 miles, where we are, is where 66% of the population of the U.S. is located. So, it's to answer your question, yes, it's a nice fit or combination of the two aspects, no?
All right, and we got time for one more question. Oh, here we go. This is from Mark.
Ideally, what would be the advance notice time between developing a buyer relationship and you being able to provide product? How many months would be an ideal lead time for you?
Mark, can you repeat again
So the question is, how much time do you need for the process that you first sit down with a buyer to the time that you're going to start providing them with product, and then how long will you provide them with product for?
Well, that's exactly what I was presenting here in our seasonal planning, right? I mean, it depends where the product will come from. If we're talking a winter deal, I mean, we would like to sit down with our customer and have by then the sourcing decision, let's say, by May, okay? In order for us to have the acreage allocation, for example, right away in May, June, order seeds, get seeds, propagate, and start production in September, October, okay? That's the winter deal. Something similar takes place with summer deals, but that's pretty much how we try to communicate how important it is to plan ahead of time.
Excellent. Well, guys, we want to thank you. And Carlos, I think you've got a few closing words.
No, I think, yes, thank you very much for taking the time and give us the opportunity to share with you who Red Sun is. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys. So as you all know, the NAFTA session is taking place now. They're going to wait a few minutes for us, but they are in Salon Room, Heidi, is it J? Salon Room J. So you just go out these doors to your right. Go out the doors to your right, and the NAFTA session will be beginning. Thank you very much.